I received these RHO lenses, which are specifically designed for the Headplay goggles. I've got a set of Headplay goggles and I've used them in the Headplay goggles. They're fine. They should be fine for anybody with a normal eyesight. They're rated for people of ages up to 55. I'm a bit older than that, so I had to use additional lenses. Anyway, I also bought this pair of goggles from Eachine, which I much prefer to the Headplay goggles, although your mileage might vary. And so I decided to transfer the RHO lenses to the Eachine goggles because they're quite pricey, and I didn't want to buy another set of lenses just to find out that they weren't suitable for that. And mine, of course, came apart. They're glued together. The glue's not very good, and the first thing that happened to them when I put them in the Headplay goggles is they came apart, and I sort of had to lash up a thing to keep them together. Anyway, I've got the Goggles One now. I prefer them, so I've made a holder for the lenses that fits nicely in the Goggles One, and I'll show you how to do it. The lenses fit inside this frame, which you should print out on your 3D printer if you've got one, or get somebody to print it out for you, or you can get various agencies to do it for you. These goggles then pop into there, press them in. It's a pop fit there and there. Now that will hold the lenses, and you can use it just like that. Look at it from the other side, from the flat side. And they're fine. Keep the lenses together. Now, with the Goggles One, if you've got normal vision, you can replace the existing Fresnel lens inside the Goggles One. Well, not replace it, just remove it and chuck it away and just use this. If you've got eyesight like mine, very long sight, I've got a prescription of +4, and these aren't really strong enough, so I use these in addition to the Fresnel lens, and it's perfect for me anyway. But you might like to experiment with other lenses. If you've got short sight or long sight, put a different set of lenses in here. You can take a cheap pair of glasses apart, or an old pair of prescription glasses, and just put the lenses in here and play around with it. When you've got something that suits your prescription, then you can complete the job by putting the top on. That'll hold it in place, and with small self-tapping screws, just fix it in place. I'll just put one in, and I won't bore you with putting them all in, just to show you. It takes five of those screws. Don't worry about being able to see them, because the screws face towards the screen and you can't see them. With a little bit of dremeling, this frame will also fit the Carson lens, which is quite popular for Headplay goggles, and any other lens that you care to put into it. So I'll just put that together now and then show you how to fit it to the goggles. I've taken the top off the Goggles One. There's the top, and to do that there are 4 hex bolts in each corner. I think they're you need a suitable tool. You need a 3mm hex wrench to take those out. Just lift the top off. It's not the top, it's actually the bottom, lift the bottom off the top, and you'll see inside there's a Fresnel lens. Now what's not in the manual of these goggles is that the Fresnel lens is covered with plastic protection. So if you going to use the Fresnel lens as I am, then you need to remove the plastic protection. If you're not going to use the Fresnel lens, leave the protection on and keep it safe in a drawer for when you eventually sell the goggles and you want to put the lens back in them again. I'm going to take the protective cellophane, whatever you call it, out. I'm wearing gloves because I don't want to get sticky finger marks on, where's the other one? It's very difficult to see, at least with my eyes it is. And I'll take the other one off as well. No, there's only one, right. And place the lens back in. Smooth side facing towards your eyes, and the rough side facing towards the screen. It's probably a good idea whilst you've got it whilst you've got it apart to clean the screen as well. Mine was filthy when I got it, had marks all over it. First I thought it was missing pixels or something, and I was all ready to start ranting and raving to banggood.com. Supplied the goggles, but then I discovered it was just bits of muck on the screen. So Fresnel lens goes back in. Or not, depending on your preference. And all we need to do now is offer up our lens. Now remember, this is the top, so the flat side goes in the top, this flat side goes in the top, and the lens's convex side away from your eyes, and just slots it in there. Now you might like to experiment with the distance according to A, the size of your nose, and B, your focus. I find it just about right if the edge is about 1/4 of an inch away from the edge of the foam. There, that's just about right for me, so I stick that in 1/4 of an inch there. Fits quite snugly, and now we're ready to put the top back on. Note that I've cleaned all the lenses, so I'm using gloves now. That's from bitter experience, and by the time I finish this job there's dirty fingerprints all over everything. The other thing is, if your nose is bigger than usual, you can just clip this nose bridge off and chuck it away. It's not structurally necessary. In fact, I don't know why I put it on there, but it's there. And next we put the top back on, which is an incredibly fiddly job, so I might have to cut the video here, because you've got to make sure everything is all lined up nicely with the screen and the Fresnel lens, and it's got to be dead straight before it goes on, and eventually in it slides. There, now you got that. Now you can offer that up to your face, which I'll do now, just to make sure. Oops, take my glasses off. Just make sure it's comfortable. The nose bridge isn't rubbing up against your nose, and that the glasses are as near to your eyes as possible. Although if you don't get a good focus then there, you might be able to improve the focus by moving the lens forward or backwards. And the last thing we need to do is screw it all together, which I won't bore you with. Best to tighten these two screws first so that it clamps the RHO lens in place. And Bob's your uncle. Happy flying. Thank you for watching my video, and please subscribe.